Have you, given any thought to what you'll do now, Steve?
No, not really. I didn't know till last night I was going to be handing in my resignation.
It is customary to give 2 weeks' notice before leaving a job.
That is so you can give your employer an opportunity to find a replacement.
Which, in this case, is unnecessary.
Well, now that there's no threat to Paige's life anymore, she doesn't need a bodyguard.
Well, I'm gonna miss you, Steve. We made quite an act together. Paige Madisson and her shadow.
Well, I can't say that I'm sorry to be leaving now that you're alive and well, and it looks like you're going to stay that way.
You know, Steve, I haven't seen any signed affidavits attesting to Paige's safety.
Brian, it's over.
Paige, I do not understand how you can be so sure.
Well, I am. Zach is the last member of Tobias's gang that is trying to kill me. I know he is.
I'd like to know how Zach knew we were going to the Unicorn last night.
He probably had our phone tapped.
Well, more than likely, he just followed us there.
It's very lucky that that bartender kept a gun behind the bar. He knew how to use it, too.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting that Mickey kept the gun behind the bar.
Interesting?
Steve, look, as long as you are at loose ends about your next job, why don't you consider staying on here?
And do what? Your father paid me very generously. I don't think I could take his money and stand around here and do nothing.
Maybe there's something you can do.
What?
Well, regardless of what Miss Madisson here says, this Tobias character is still out there.
Brian Madisson, you are a skeptic and a pessimist, and I'm going to answer the phone. Madison, residence.
I'd like to speak to Miss Madisson, please.
Who is this?
The bartender from the Unicorn.
Oh, hello.
Hi. You had a rough night. How you feeling?
I couldn't be better.
Yeah, I sure like to see for myself. I'd like to see you, Paige. Today.
Yes, I know where that is. I'll see you in a little while.
Paige, who will you see in a little while?
Oh, Mrs. Porter at Bennett's department store.
Now, who's she?
A seamstress at the store. You remember a couple of weeks ago we went there to pick out some clothes?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, they've done the alterations and they want me to come down for a fitting.
Why don't they just send the stuff over?
Because I don't want them to. I mean, if the alterations aren't right, then they'll have to send it back, and I won't see the clothes till the snow's on the ground.
All right, now get the car.
No, you'll do no such thing. You're not my bodyguard anymore.
Look, I'm still your friend. Besides, I've got nothing else to do today.
Well, that's okay, Steve, but I'm going by myself.
Well, Paige, I'll go with you, but I've got to be at the studio in an hour.
No, Brian. Look, I'm going to have to start venturing out of this house sans bodyguard. There's no time like the present.
Paige, will you please do me a favor and let Steve go with you?
No. I appreciate your concern, Brian, but I am not in danger. Okay? You have a good day. I'll see you tonight.
Steve, how are you at following people?
I don't think it's a very good idea. She found out it would make her very upset.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, Mrs. Madisson.
Good morning, Mom.
Where's Owen?
Oh, he and Eddie had a meeting in town with some lawyer, something to do with the picture.
Oh, I'm sorry to have missed him. I slept so late because I was up until practically dawn going over the script. I came up with some interesting ideas for my character I wanted to discuss with him.
Well, he said they'd be home by noon.
I want to wish you all the luck in the world on your new project, Mrs. Madisson.
Thank you.
If you'll all excuse me, I have some packing to do.
Right.
Oh, Brian, I haven't felt so marvelous in years.
I'm really happy for you, Mom.
I've heard second-rate acting students sound more convincing than that.
Don't mind me.
Brian, your mother is about to resurrect her career, and your father is going to produce his first theatrical release in 5 years. What's it going to take to put a smile on your face?
I'm just concerned about Paige.
Oh, she's going to be perfect in the role of the cousin.
Yeah, if she ever gets to go in front of the camera.
Well, why shouldn't she?
Mom, right now Paige is upstairs, getting ready to go shopping downtown. By herself.
Darling, last night Paige assured me that the danger is past, and I'm sure Steve wouldn't let her go out alone unless he felt the same way.
And what happens if they're both wrong?
You've appointed yourself a one-man worrying committee for Paige?
Mom, you know that I'm very concerned about Paige's well-being. And I don't just mean about these threats on her life.
I don't follow you.
All right? Last night, Dad and I had another father-son chat about the situation.
Oh. Look, why can't you simply forget about that?
Mom, when I walked out of the house 3 years ago, I was very much in love with Paige.
I know you were hurt, darling.
Of course, no one bothered to tell me that I wasn't allowed to be in love with Paige because my stepsister was my real sister.
Well, we never said anything because Owen and I weren't sure how you'd react to learn that Owen is your natural father as well as Paige's.
Guess I didn't take the news too well, did I?
Darling, this is all in the past. Paige is your sister. You simply can't think about her as you did 3 years ago.
Well, that's one of the reasons why it's very hard for me to stay around here now, Mom. Because I know the truth, and Paige doesn't. Every time I see her, I want to tell her.
Well, you can't.
Isn't it about time she knew?
Your father would never permit it. Look, maybe this charade has been carried on much too long. But stirring up the old ashes would only cause a lot of pain for all of us, especially now. This movie project is going to bring us so much closer together as a family. Things are going so well now. The truth could ruin everything.
I thought the truth set people free.
Telling Paige the truth would serve no purpose. Look, whatever feeling she had for you of that sort, that schoolgirl crush is in the past. She has Steve now.
Mom, that romance exists only in your mind.
Oh, no. No.
Mother, as of today, Steve's job here is finished and he will be leaving the house. Probably Paige will never see him again.
You're wrong, Brian.
Mother, Paige and Steve are not lovers and they never have been. Now, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Brian.
No. Excuse me.
Well, I just notified the suppliers to cancel our next delivery.
Yeah, I figured I'd pack some of these glasses away so they won't collect dust. Less to clean when we reopen.
Mickey, do me a favor and call those people who made reservations and tell them we'll be closing down temporarily.
Well, how long you figure on closing?
Well, I think a week will be sufficient.
If we stayed open, we'd do a hell of a business. People want to see the bullet hole.
Don't worry about it. This time next week it'll be old news and we can reopen in peace. The sooner I forget about this, the better.
You were really shaken up last night.
I hate violence, Mickey. I can imagine how you must have felt. You killed a man.
I'm still kind of numb, I guess. I don't know, you yelled and I reacted and went for my gun.
Well, I guess if you'd had time to think, you would have reacted differently.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, you not only saved Miss Madison's life, but that of Steve Guthrie as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Save the neck of the creep that killed my brother.
I'm sorry I brought it up. Well, I hope you'll use the upcoming week to rest and relax completely. Will you be going anywhere?
I really don't know. Time off was sort of unexpected.
Oh, it's a forced vacation, Mickey. As such, you'll be paid in full for the whole week.
That's very generous of you, Mr. Dorn. Do you have any special plans for the week?
You know, aside from my weekend at Palace Park, I haven't been away from this place since I started it. I just want to lie in the sun and relax for a couple of days.
I'm sure Mrs. Dorn will be very happy about the time you get to spend together.
I'm afraid Margot's schedule won't permit her the leisure to take time off.
Gee, that's too bad.
Yes, it's a pity that newlyweds have to go on separate vacations. I guess I'll just have to find another way to amuse myself.
I'll take that, Mickey. I'll take it to my office. Hello?
Hello, my poor baby. How are you?
Raven, how you doing?
Well, I'm fine, but you must be a bundle of nerves after last night.
It was an unsettling experience.
Well, I was so worried about you because if that man had shot you and not the other guy, what would I have done?
I
can assure you I'm intact.
Good, good. Aren't you going to ask me how I feel?
Raven, how are you feeling?
Awful. I feel like I'm going to die.
Really? Mm-hmm. What seems to be the problem?
Remember the other night I told you I was coming down with something?
Yes, and Dr. Dorn offered to make a house call.
Well, Dr. Dorn, I have a stomach ache and chills, and I think I have a fever of 105.
Oh, that really sounds serious.
Well, it is serious, and my husband is going to walk in this door any time now and want to take me on this campaign tour. And, you know, I really hate to disappoint him, but I think I'm going to be too sick to go.
Well, there's not much we can do if you're lying in bed.
No, I think the best thing is to just stay in Monticello and get plenty of bed rest.